Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the comedy horror film, American Werewolf in London. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. David Kessler and Jack Goodman, two American travelers from New York City, are traversing the Yorkshire moors on foot. They halt at the Slaughtered Lamb, a neighborhood bar, as darkness falls. When Jack inquires about the five-pointed star on the pub's wall, the patrons get aggressive, and Jack and David are forced to leave. They are cautioned by the patrons of the tavern to stay on the road, avoid the moors, and watch out for the full moon. When David and Jack stray onto the moors off the road, a ferocious animal attacks them. David is hurt while Jack is killed by mauling. After the bartender begs the patrons to assist the two young men, the beast is shot and killed by a few of the patrons. Before falling unconscious, David sees a naked man's corpse laying next to him rather than a dead animal. 3 weeks later, David awakens in a hospital in London. Inspector Villiers of the police speaks with him and informs him that an escaped maniac attacked him and Jack. David is adamant that they were attacked by a wolf or a rabid dog. David is confronted by an undead Jack who informs him that they were attacked by a werewolf and that since David was bitten, he is also turned into a werewolf. As long as the wolf's bloodline is not broken, Jack will be doomed to roam the earth in limbo, neither alive nor dead. Jack implores David to commit himself before the following full moon in order to stop him from subjecting anybody else to the same fate. Dr. Hirsch investigates at the Slaughtered Lamb. The patrons of the tavern deny knowing anything about David, Jack, or the attack when questioned about the incident. Outside the pub, a heartbroken patron tells Dr. Hirsch that David shouldn't have been removed from the community because his transformation will put other people in risk. When David is discharged from the hospital, he moves into Alex Price's London apartment. Alex is a charming young nurse who became attached to David while caring for him. During their sexual encounter, Alex confides in David that she worries about his mental health. David is informed by Jack, who is now in a more advanced stage of decay, that the following night will see David turn into a werewolf. Jack urges David to commit suicide once more in order to spare the lives of innocent people, but David continues to reject his advice. David turns into a werewolf when the full moon rises, prowling the streets and the London Underground while killing 6 people. The following morning, he awakens naked on the floor of a wolf cage at the London Zoo, has no memory of what has transpired, and makes his way back to Alex's apartment. David makes an unsuccessful attempt to get himself arrested at Trafalgar Square after discovering that he is accountable for the killings from the previous night. He makes a phone call to his family from a phone booth near Piccadilly Circus to express his love for them, but he lacks the nerve to sever his wrists with a pocket knife. Outside an adult movie theater, David encounters Jack, who is in an even more advanced state of decay. Jack takes David to his victims from the previous night inside. Some of the victims are enraged with David and offer various suicide techniques to extricate themselves from their zombie state. David changes back into a werewolf inside the movie theater. He murders many drivers and onlookers while decapitating Inspector Villiers and wreaking mayhem in the streets. David is ultimately surrounded by the cops and imprisoned in a back alley. Running down the alley, Alex tells David she loves him in an effort to calm him down. David surges forward and is shot by the cops despite the fact that for a brief minute his consciousness seems to know her. Alex sobs as she looks at David, who has changed back into a person and is laying lifeless and nude on the ground. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.